Hey, how's it going? Man, my computer's acting funny these days. Um, when you watch these back after the event has done, how's the picture quality? Uh, I haven't checked for a while, and I happened to check yesterday or the other day's video because it was a longer one, and I wanted to just see how it looked, and it looked atrocious, and it was choppy, and the picture quality was the shits. And even now, moving the mouse around, it's a little choppy, and I notice every once in a while my image on the screen pauses and then goes. So how is the playback? I'm gonna try to open the chat. Stand by. Let's hope we don't hear my voice. Um, I was flipping through some of the unexpected books today, and or tonight rather, and I found. Let's mute that. I found the artist I was talking about again in one of the books, um, kind of flipping through this issue of Unexpected. This is issue number 190, and stumbled across him again, and then pulled up some from everybody's favorite or my favorite, the Comic Vine page on. His name is Jess Jodloman. I'm probably butchering that. Someone can tell me. Um, and he was one of the many Filipino artists that came and worked in the 70s for DC, and what did they say? Did they say Charlton as well too? Let me look here. Uh, Jodloman was one of the many Filipino artists that went to work for the US market in the 1970s. During this decade, he drew for horror and sci-fi titles by Warren, DC, and Marvel, like Eerie, Creepy, House of Mystery, House of Secrets, Secrets of Haunted House, Unexpected, Weird Mystery Tales, and Weird War Tales. He also worked with Marvel's Cull the Conqueror. In addition, he also did commercial work. On the Comic Vine, it doesn't mention uh, Eerie and Creepy. Let me just double check this page. 64 issues. Maybe I didn't click the link. Let's have a look here. Um, but it's funny going through the books. I just kind of went through a few of the titles that I know I have some of, and I pulled out a small stack that we can have a quick look at here. Just seeing his work, especially leafing through a couple of these that I'll show you, the contrast in style is something else. It's a gritty look to it. Oh yeah, there we go. So also in Witching Hour, Ghosts, House of Secrets. So there's a bunch here that I missed. So I probably have more of his work mixed in with some of these other books. Yeah, there we go. So Secrets of Sinister House, Vampirella, All Out War, Creepy, Eerie, 1984, even Savage Sword of Conan, something called Beast of Darkness. What is that? That looks like a hell of a cover. One issue in something called Beast of Darkness, which I'm going to pull up here right away. So anyway, just flipping through the book, seeing like the clean line of a lot of the artists, and that sort of style that I myself associate with stuff that's a little more mainstream style. It's kind of harkening back to an earlier time, and just kind of clean lines, and really like a crispness overall. And then seeing his insanity. Oh, it looks like it's issue number 1, and it's from 2006. So I don't see, published by Murray Comics, which was started in 1998. Anyway, so I'll just kind of show you. So when I flipped through this book, it completely jumped off the page at me. Let's do this so I can see myself and make sure that I'm showing you what I want to be showing you. Especially things like the facial features, the look of that guy's face. But there's a look at one of his pages for a short 2-pager he's got in this issue of Unexpected. And then the previous page. Oh. So even like nothing really jumps out. Everything sort of blends. The background and the foreground sort of blend. It almost has this kind of fade quality, but that must also be the printing. Wow, it's so weird. Anyway, but even the backgrounds behind some of the main characters, just the way it all kind of sits there, is crazy. Like nothing is really super defined, foreground or background, but it's all that extra. I can't even really put my finger on it. I guess it's all the lines and the roughness of the face. It's something that for me just reminds me of some of that underground comics vibe. Really has with this, a little rougher, something you can't quite put your finger on though. I think it must just be like the amount of lines and almost the shakiness of the line. But then you compare it to, you flip a couple of pages forward and you compare it to something like this, and there's just absolutely no comparison. It stands out from everything else. There was one other guy, yeah, even stuff like this. Let's find a nice one here. Stuff like this, flipping through and seeing panels like that. So when you do finally discover Jodloman's work, it really leaps off the page. Another one that was close that happens to be in this issue, and he's a name that's stuck out to me before. Rubini is another one in this particular issue over here that has a similar kind of grittier, sloppy look to him. Not as much as Jodloman, but I would say in a similar vein, that's for sure. Another of the Filipino artists here. So what else do we have? But the consistency seems to be the one thing throughout his work. Or maybe it just got a slight bit cleaner. Because you look at, here's another one by him, Weave a Tangled Skein of Death. And this is from Unexpected number 195. You can see there, he's still recognizable, especially when you look at the individuals' faces, but it's not nearly as gritty and grimy as that previous one. And I noticed that just looking through the few books that I have with some stories drawn by him, there is a difference from book to book. Now it doesn't specify an inker or anything, it just says art by Jodloman. So there's nothing of pencils by Jodloman and somebody else doing the inks, which would kind of explain a little more about it. But I guess his style just kind of developed over time. Yeah, and then again, you flip through the book and you see pages like this, which again, this has its uniqueness in its own way, but nothing quite, to me, so far stands out in the same way. I love this page. Let's see first who this is. Sorry. Denny O'Neil, writer, and Johnny Craig, artist. Milt Snappin, letterer. So Johnny Craig art. Look at this page. Look at that absolute kind of clean. I love this panel. These two panels here boggle my mind. Really, really nice, simple layout, really nice design. Uh, really just goddamn overly dramatic. I love it. Really, really nice stuff. Anyway, these uh, these unexpected books, these horror books, this is kind of what's turning out to be something that I love. Sorry if you are there watching. I can't seem to figure out, the comments don't seem to be working. So I can't see if you are there and typing something. Um, the It's been a lot of fun kind of flipping through these books, especially this unexpected stuff. I've got quite a quite a run of them at this point because they keep coming so cheap. I can't resist. Oh, here we go. I'm getting to see comments here. So, Wine 49er, Filipino arts. Yes, he is up underground. Answered question. Have to track that issue down, and can't go wrong with Johnny Craig. It's true. You absolutely can't go wrong with Johnny Craig. So another in the Jodloman. This is Unexpected issue 176. And this one is kind of this one's really nice as well too. What's that called there? What Haunted Herbert? Look at that stuff. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. Um, there you go. So just a discovery after discovery with these books, which has been really nice. Yeah, there you go. There's the, and that mouth shape seems to make a couple of appearances. The gritting teeth, kind of strained, almost stressed out look to his face. A lot of character in that face for sure. That's a face that has a history. That's a face that has a. Oh, I have that issue. I should read my books. Yeah, it's true. I should read mine as well too. They're Wine 49er, but it's funny how that happens, eh? You get this stuff and it just isn't always the thing that you jump to. And this is issue number 210 of Unexpected. What do we have here? So, Vampire of the Apes. There you go. There's a look at that. Hey, look at that. I'm almost live there. I'm almost seeing myself live. Yeah, we have too many books. It's very true. Hey, look, I can see myself fidgeting in the past. Weird. Hi, Comic Crack. How's it going? I see you. I see you there in the future. Yikes. Hi, how's it going? It's weird, man. Anyway, so that's that one. And finally, we have Secrets of Haunted House, issue number 7. I think DC used them more than Marvel. Interesting. Yeah, it seems to be the way. The little bit of reading that I've done, I haven't read a lot about the Filipino artists, but the couple that I have looked into, that sure seems to be the thing. So here, this was a sample. I saved this one for last because this is, I thought, a really good example of fantastic use. Sorry, I gotta turn this idiot down over here. Fantastic use of his style within this story that's kind of about a flesh-eating disease that takes place, it looks like, in the swamps, and it's called It'll Grow on You. So, I mean, just take a look at that creature in the top panel there. Um, stumbling towards the dame. Really amazing. This is where his texturing and his line work, and there's that face again. Amazing look to it. It's when his kind of line work and texturing really seems to stand out. And as the disease starts spreading across one of our main characters here, let's see if I can find a good. Yeah, here we go. There's some good panels there. Great stuff. It seems to be looking smooth as I'm playing back here on my phone, so that's a good thing. And again, the sheriff making that face again. Not once, but twice. Love it. So there you go. That's it. Not much else to say. I just wanted to share Mr. Jodloman's work with you all. Focus. Thank you. Thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. Tomorrow night is Dead Air on 101.5 UMFM, University of Manitoba station, my radio show. It is on from 11 p.m. until midnight, and tomorrow is the Halloween special. I did do some pre-recording. It's going to be a mix of kind of pre-recorded stuff and some live. So if you do have access to the internet, and those of you watching this video, you do, have a check at umfm.com if you're interested. Excuse me. It'll be an hour of crazy, creepy, and weird music, maybe some creepy and weird trailers. Thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out there, Wine 49er. Dig through those boxes and actually read some of that stuff. Pull out some of these issues if you have them and take a closer look for yourself. Thanks very much, everybody, and we'll talk to you.